line lighter, you ask, is a product that is amazing, priced really small to get all of us excited and to get those lines lighting up. And that's exactly what this is. Only while supplies last. You don't get one, you get two. You get two 10,000 milliamp power banks. The bigger the number, the better it is. 10,000 milliamp power banks for $19 and change. $19.99 only while supplies last. I have black, I have black-white. They're gonna come boxed for you. They make a wonderful present for anybody in the family. These are smaller and lighter and more convenient. They have an onboard display, which we're gonna talk about as well. You can see it right there on the box. So it's showing you the power. You're gonna be able to do a couple things at once, power a couple things at once, and know that this is light. Normally, when you talk about a 10,000 milliamp power bank, they are heavy and big and bulky and chunky. This is virtually feather light. Put it in your purse or your pocket. Now, this is priced to sell. It is a Black Friday deal, and yes, you remember the term, it's a line lighter. Black or black-white, we sell a lot of great power banks. They're a luxury? No, they're a necessity for an emergency, for on the go, for travel, but we all need a power bank. You can find power banks at $20, but you cannot find 10,000 milliamp power banks at $20, let alone two of them. So with that being said, already 200 orders being placed as we speak. Mr. Justin Hyatt returns. Justin, I know you've attended HSN University. Yeah. This is a line lighter.
Okay, this is, this is what everybody waits for Black Friday.
Yes.
Honestly, you ever go fishing and you're saying, well, this fish isn't big enough, or you wait for the big fish. That's what this is. This is, when we have been doing power banks for at least 10 years.
Yes.
Let me start with the cable. I know that sounds kind of backwards, okay? But I want you to think about how much you would spend on a cable when you even have to, at a pinch, buy a cable for your iPhone, for your Android, for your USB-C. This is a nylon braided 3-tip cable. You would spend $20 on this alone. And look at how long, I don't know if we can zoom out, look how long this is. Okay, now, with a power bank that's 10,000 milliamps, I would challenge you to find one that's under $20. You're getting two of them. But first time we're doing the white version as well. You do have that little beautiful kind of onboard display. It lights up and it'll show you exactly how much percentage you have left. You have the USB, and this is something I want you to see because this is something that blew me away the first time, and this is something that blew you away the first time because that's why they sold out so fast. That is a USB-C port. You think about all of the different devices that come out now. You know what they don't have? USB-A. They've got USB-C. You need USB-C now. You can't get away without having it. Now you can take all of those new iPhone cables, the iPad cables that are USB-C to USB-C or USB-C to Lightning and use those to go ahead and recharge all of your unbelievable devices. This also has a really cool secret. It's got a little hidden door right here. You know what this is? This allows me to go ahead and plug something in. I'm gonna go ahead and set this down, guys, because once I set this down, now what this allows me to do?
No, I wondered what this was.
Is now I can actually go ahead and be completely hands-free with my phone. So while I'm charging my phone, I can actually, I'll show you again, it's got that little stand, so I can go ahead and put my phone right here. I can be watching my shows, I can be watching HSN, I can be on YouTube, whatever I'm doing. And again, I have what? I've got how many different USB ports right here? 1, 2, 3, and think about this now, with my 3 different tips, right? I now have to be limited on saying, I don't remember if they have an Android phone. Do they have an iPhone? Did they get the new iPhone? Well, if they've got the new iPhone, then what do they need? They need the USB-C. Well, but if they have the older iPhone, they have the Lightning. You are thinking about getting this as gifts for somebody, you don't have to worry about guessing what electronics they have. This is gonna cover every single electronic, 10,000 milliamps, but you're getting 20,000 milliamps, $10 for every 10, that is insane.
But it sells itself. Again, it's a Black Friday deal. We are 10 minutes or sell out, whichever happens first. Even if you don't buy these today, promise me that you'll remember this because people get bamboozled with power banks all day long, all across the country. When you talk about a power bank, it doesn't matter what it looks like, however big, however small it is, it's the number of milliamps. Most power banks sold in America today are 2,000 or 3,000 milliamps. It's not very good. It doesn't really power your phone up much. It's not very powerful. It doesn't last a long time. This is a 10,000 10,000 milliamp power bank. The bigger the number, the more expensive it is. I know you can walk into any store in America and buy a power bank for 20 bucks, but you can't buy this quality and you can't buy this power. 1 at 20 would be record-breaking. 2 at 20 is a giveaway. This is a gift for your nephew, for your son, for your daughter, for uncle, for aunts, for mom, for dad, for sisters, for brothers. 300 sold, nearly 1,000 orders coming through. You're going to see that quantity counter jump 2 and 3, 5 and maybe 10 at a time. 9 minutes or sell out. Black white selling the fastest. Justin, I say this with all the respect in the world. I've done this way too long you can't fool me with a cheap power bank. I know better now. From learning from people and experts like you, I understand the difference. Buyer beware. Cheap does not mean great. High power for a low price, that equals greatness.
Absolutely. Look, you think about getting a power bank, what does it start with? It starts with how many milliamps. And if you're not familiar with that, the more milliamps, the better. Typically, that means the higher the price. And if you were to get a 10,000 milliamp power bank, you're looking at the very least, you'd be spending $20. And even if you were to do that right now, you'd be hard-pressed to find one. We're giving you 2 10,000 milliamp power banks. The other thing is, let's talk about features. The fact that this even has the USB-C out, to me, is insane. I see a lot of power banks that are even new that do not have the USB-C. It doesn't make any sense to me. This one does. If it was just one power bank with a little cable, it would make sense. The fact that you're getting 2 is unbelievable. But the fact that you're not only getting 2, you're getting 2 of these cables. These cables, again, I'm not kidding. I've done it. I have lost my cable, or I went on a trip and I needed to go stop at a gas station. Do you know how much I spent for one of these cables? $20 for one of these cables because I needed one. But you know what it only had? It only had lightning. Right? But this has USB-C. This has the micro USB. So anybody who you gift this to, this is going to work with every piece of their electronics. Now, we think about in a pinch, in an emergency. Obviously, we talk about having power banks in an emergency. Absolutely. What's your emergency? My phone's about to die. That's enough of an emergency for most of us. I read a lot of your reviews, trust me, and especially when it comes to power banks. Often you guys cannot stand how heavy power banks can be and how bulky they can be. And often when they get to these 10,000 milliamps, they get heavier and they get bulkier. I want you to see how thin this is. Look at this compared to one of the iPhones. It is probably lighter weight than the iPhone and nearly as slim. And why is that important to me? Because you know what I do? I go ahead and I sandwich these together, and then I'm sitting and I'm talking on my phone at the same time. That's one of the things that we all do. Meaning, well, while I'm charging my phone, I'm using it, right? So I'm using my power bank, I'm still using my phone. So that's what brings me back to the 10,000 milliamps. You can get a 2,000 milliamp all day. You can get a 5,000 milliamp all day. But most of us, what we're not gonna do, we're not gonna plug it into our power bank and then just leave it. We're gonna be on our phone using it while we're charging it, which is why you need more power on your power bank. That's what this is gonna give you, which is why I love having that little cool slide out little stand. So when you set this down, you go ahead and take your phone and you continue to charge it. And what do? You continue to use it. That's one of the greatest parts about having one of these.
I mean, as Justin was sharing that with you, I was thinking, what on earth could I possibly say next? What could I say? Nothing needs to be said. This sells itself. I mean, I've done so many power banks over the years. 10,000 milliamps and 10,000 milliamps. The premium cables involved, an onboard display screen. I can power 2 or 3 things at once for $20. I don't know where you go from here. This is a giveaway. If you Google or search or shop online for this level of power, and power, it's what it's all about. You can buy power banks at $20 in every store in America, but they ain't 10,000 milliamps. They're 2,000 milliamps or 3, and it's not good enough. If you can, and listen, it's a 3-hour show tonight. There's some wonderful things, but I'll tell you, if you only buy one thing tonight, it's got to be this. I mean, it's just a giveaway. As we get closer to the holidays and we look for gifts for anybody in the family of really virtually any age, you can wrap this up and give to anybody and they will love it. It's usable, it's thoughtful, it's a gadgety gift that anybody will take advantage of. The problem now is obviously we're up against the tide. The wave of callers is now flooding through, and now we're up against what's left. As we approach, we're now over 1,000 sold. With everybody ordering its last call, I have 5 minutes left or sell out, 5 minutes or sell out. Black white is the best seller, that's black white. When we sell these out, there are no more for the holiday season again. Sorry, Justin, I'm so sorry. I have done you a disservice. I've done you a
Never,
disservice.
Adam.
No, I have. I've done you a disservice. Ladies and gentlemen, and you'll see the graphic in a minute when it flips back down again. I should have started this presentation the way I'm going to do now. The normal price on this is $76.99.
Holy cow.
$76.99. That tells you the entire story. These are not average, these are not basic, these are not entry, these are premium and powerful. And we slice the price from $77 to 19 and change. You can't ask for more than that. All right, clock's on the screen. We're counting backwards. Justin, this is fun.
It is fun. Again, you know, this is so cliche to say, of course, but you know what? This is truly what you look for when you're waiting for Black Friday deals. Let's be honest, right? We wait for the good ones. This is one of the great ones. I see Bill Duggan right behind the camera, and I know he's got Rosetta Stone coming up, but he's Mr. Apple, and he can tell you with all of the new iPads, they are USB-C to USB-C. So any of your even new iPhones, new iPads, and a lot of the new Android phones, we're moving away from having the micro USB or even the Lightning now. It's all USB-C. Look, if this was a low price and you said, well, it's going to be a blowout because it's old inventory, well, if that was the truth, then it wouldn't have the USB-C. This is truly, and I'll keep talking about what sets this apart, it is a USB-C in and output. You can now use those new iPhone cables, those new iPad cables, the new Samsung phone cables. Use that. Why? Because what do they give you? They don't give you the block to plug in, right? It's a USB-C to what? Well, you hope that you've got something to plug it into. Now you can. This is the first time, by the way, in the first airing that we have had this with this new kind of configuration with not only the black and black, but and the black and white. And again, when you're thinking about as a gift, nobody's going to be upset about getting a power bank because we've all been in that situation, whether we're sitting in the kitchen and we're on our phone and we're thinking, we're on that great call. And I don't know if we could play that B-roll again, where it's somebody, you're sitting in the kitchen, you're sitting in the cafe, you're sitting in the, and just having a great phone call, you think, oh, you know what I forgot to do last night? I forgot to plug my phone.
Right.
And now I'm on the phone with mom, or I'm on the phone with somebody, and we're kvetching and we're talking about somebody. We don't want the phone to die. But here's one of the things that I love. You have access to all of those different kind of gauges when it comes to how much power's left. 3 different places to plug things in, which is insane at this value. And what you'll see is she's going to slide out that cool little stand, set it down, plug your phone in, and again, what are you going to do? You're going to still be on your phone and using it. She's going to that USB-C, which is exactly what I was talking about. And that's that LG phone. It's charging. Great. Now she's going to be on the phone, and what's she going to do? Set it down and go back to watching, of course, us right here, Monday night with Adam. But you know, I love that. And here's the other thing I do want to mention. Yes, we talk about 10,000 milliamps for all the different reasons, but ultimately it's for our larger electronics as well. We've got an iPad plugged in. If you're not using the iPad, great. Even if you are using your iPad, even better, because now we've got the iPad plugged in with that different tips of cables right here, just to show you again and emphasize more power even for your larger electronics like your iPads. When you think about 2,000, 5,000 milliamps, those are really specifically and only for your phones, not this one.
I'm speechless. I mean, it's a giveaway, blowout, doorbuster deal, $77 down to under 20. Obviously, we've highlighted as best we can all the features. It's not old, it's not clunky, it's not heavy, it's light and it's thin. It has the screen, it has the newest ports, it has the premium cables, it has fast charge as well. So when you plug in your phone or your tablet, it's going to charge it faster. It's fantastic. Look, you have one in the glove box. If you're in the car and there's an emergency, you break down and your phone's dead, this will charge your phone. You give one to your son or your daughter, they're out and about, college, university, you're traveling this winter season, take one with you. Put one in your emergency preparedness kit. You always need to make sure you can power devices. Again, it's not just the low price, it's the high value that's incredible to me. This is a 10,000 milliamp. And it isn't, somebody mentioned just now in our control room, it's not 5,000 milliamps here and 5,000 milliamps there. This is 10,000 milliamps and that is 10,000 milliamps. Great observation, but it is absolutely each individual 10K milliamps. So amazing value. We are now 2,000 sold. Final call. Black and white, sorry, that's black and black. Black and white will be the first to go. I mean, Justin, if we could just lock the doors and just do this all night long, I'd be a happy camper.
Yeah, well, again, you know, I know this is ridiculous to even talk about the cables, but you're not just getting one cable, you're getting two of them, and I like that we did the call out. Yeah, it's not just 5,000 and 5,000, you're getting 20,000 milliamps total. That's $10 for every 10,000 milliamps, which is insane when you start to shop around. How much money have you spent on one of these cables going to the gas station because you forgot to bring your cable and leave it in the car? This alone would cost you $20, just one of them. You're getting two of these cables, and it's the 3 tips. And I don't know if we can zoom in on this. It is a nylon cable. It's not just a rubber cable. We didn't even kind of just cut the kind of corner on when it comes to the value on this. I want to move over to the side so you guys can see, because I'm black on black on my shirt. This is a beautiful nylon braided cable. Again, I know this is ridiculous, but if you were shopping even for just a cable at a pinch, you're going to think about just getting what? Well, if it was lightning, you know you're spending more, let alone getting a USB-C. You're getting all 3 tips that are connected to one cable right here. And by the way, if I don't know if we can zoom out, I want you to see again how long this cable is.
Yes.
Right? Worst thing is when we always give you one of those short ones, you get a very long cable that you're going to be using this not only for your power bank, but probably even right by your bed too.
What an exciting, amazing Black Friday deal. Thank you for shopping with us. Thank you for all your orders. Justin, as always, thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
So amazing.
Absolutely.
Don't forget Tableau. Justin showed us the wonders of Tableau at $99, and obviously this sells itself, an incredible buy. Let us know what you think by leaving a review. Justin loves to read them. This was born out of your feedback. All right, we've got to move along. Couple other things I do need to remind you of. Yesterday marks the worldwide debut of a brand new 911 help